Hello guys. If someone looks through the periscope, then he can read the bearings. But those bearings, like 10 degrees, 20 degrees, and so on. But those bearings are obviously relative bearings. So 0 doesn't necessarily mean north. It just means straight forward. Alright, and 20 degrees slightly to the right, and so on. Now, if we go here, we can see that we're actually heading southwards 180 degrees. So it says 0 even though we're facing 180 degrees. That's because, of course, as I mentioned, because the bearings are relative. But that is something you must, of course, take into account if you're sitting at the map and have to mark your enemies. So if someone says enemy bearing 20, enemy bearing 40, or something like that, then you have to, of course, take into account your current course. Now, of course, you could calculate, you could say, okay, our course is 180 degrees and he says bearing 20, so I'm going to add 20 degrees and so on. But if there are many reportings happening quickly, it's very useful to use the rotate protector. I'm going to select this and press and hold space, and as long as I hold space I can rotate this thing, and I'm gonna rotate it to our course being 179 degrees. And then if I release it, you can see that the 0 stays down southwards, just as we set this. Now let me switch to the sketch mode. Now if I press and hold Shift, I'm going to press and hold Shift, then I can draw lines. And as you can see, the protector is still set it the way I set it. It still has the 0 at our course of south 179 degrees. So if now someone reports to me enemy bearing 10, distance 3000, enemy bearing 40, enemy bearing 70, enemy bearing 50, I can just easily and quickly draw in those lines with the correct bearing and giving me the magnetic bearing, so, and as well as the distance. Very simple, very quick. So let me just point out this again. If our course was let's say if we were heading eastwards, I'm gonna press and hold space to set my protector to my course of 90 degrees. And now if someone, let's say we were here, and if someone now says enemy bearing 50, press and hold Shift, bearing 50, and here it is. I can even draw in the distance 16 hectometers, and so on. Keep in mind that this shift thing works only as long as you have the polyline disabled. So if I have the polyline enabled, this will happen, obviously, which I don't want in this case. So disable the polyline, press and hold Shift, and then you can do this and just set your protector to the course that you're going, and this will make enemy markings very simple. Alright, I hope this helped you, and thanks for watching, and goodbye.